No bad
No.
news. It's a day to cover. I need to cover all my responsibilities.
No.
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
No.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
No. Welcome to the podcast. Today, my friend, I want to talk about one thing. One thing.
What's that?
Music.
Okay, what about music?
Because I think we can have an interesting chat about it. Because
Mm,
music is everyone different. And
mm.
I don't just want to talk about what music people like and stuff like that. But I care more about the feelings and the nostalgia that comes back with music. Because that to me is what music is all about. A whole new niche of music that I liked yesterday.
What's that?
Christmas songs that are remixed into drum and bass tracks. Did not know I needed that in my life. But boy, oh boy, some of them absolutely hit.
Really?
Walking around the Christmas tree with a filthy bass line. Oh dear.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh no.
All of a sudden, you see like your emotions looking like the freaking
Yeah.
stock market. Like, oh, that's where we
Yeah.
had the crash.
Like mine was like around like April times when I went for a breakup. It was just angry. I was like, oh dear. And then it come into September, I was feeling a bit more moody. And it literally like they have the weirdest names for the genre of like what that music was you listen to. And in September, mine was atmospheric death metal, and I was just like, well, that sounds very gloomy. That sounds very gloomy.
Right, I've got a hypothetical to try and warm up the brains.
Hit me.
You got £10 million, 2 days to spend it, nothing can last. What'd you buy?
Byron Island.
It can't last.
Really can't.
So like you can't have like property, you can't buy land. It has to be you basically have to spunk the money. How are you wasting £10 million in 2 days? 48 hours is all you've got. You will waste 10 million. How are you doing
Oh, what's perishable in 48 hours?
it? Bro, exquisite, like mad food,
Yeah, but
jets
there's
around.
only so much you can eat in 48 hours, so that's a bit pointless, realistically.
Bro, I reckon there is some stupidly expensive stuff like bottles of freaking booze that are worth freaking ridiculous amounts of money.
Yeah,
Food and
wasted my time.
100%, but that's the whole point of it. How quick and how would you waste £10 million? Not set you up for the future. Be stupid with it. Imagine it's your last 2 days to live. You have to burn this 10 mil. How are you enjoying yourself?
Mm.
That's where I want to go with this.
First quid's going on the Whisper Gold.
Hey,
Oh, first quid's going on the Whisper Gold, bro. So I can then plot how I'm spending 9.9 mil.
but that's what I'm saying, bro. It has to be wasted. I want to see Dave riding on two dolphins on whatever ridiculous stuff you can think of. How are you wasting 10 million in 2 days? The most extravagant things you can. I want whatever weirdness comes to mind. Do you want to see if you can get into orbit? Do you want to see if you can, whatever it is?
I'm going to hire a party bus from London to France.
Yeah. How long that? Yeah.
This could probably take me a night, right? Because I'm going to get mashed up on that thing. There's a fat bus.
It's 10 million, remember?
I ain't finished.
All right.
I ain't finished, right? You said
I'll let you.
hypothetical.
Yeah.
I'm coming up, lad. You understand?
Cool. I'll let you cook.
All right. Then we're going to go fly to like North Italy. Just because I need to burn some of that money for the private jet. Then I'm going to eat a shit ton of food. Like good food. Good food. Right? Then I'm going to get another party bus to Rome. Because I'll probably sober up by that point. Just so that I can pay someone to give me a horse so that I can ride into the Colosseum just to take a selfie. I probably still have change, to be fair. But I think it'd be hilarious just looking at that photo. Not remembering being there. I'm just trying to think, what's close enough that I can get there within 2 days without wasting too much of my time, but also getting smashed?
Bro.
Could you imagine the state you would be in by the time you got to the Colosseum, by the way, and took that photo? It'd be like signing out the hangover, bro. You would look. I wait up. I'd stop before that and go buy myself one fine tailored suit somewhere in Italy. Like Milan or something like that, man. Like some fine swag.
I don't know. I reckon I'd go to America and probably
I
just
mean, I'll be honest, I probably wouldn't do any of that, but still.
Bro, if I'm looking to burn money, America's gonna be the place to be. I'm gonna buy some guns. I'm gonna blow some stuff up. I'm gonna I'm gonna
Yeah, but by the time you get there, how much time would you realistically have to do all of that by the time you get there?
the fastest jet that I can charter out of my 10 million.
Yeah.
partying it up on the way there and this, that, and everything else. Once you get there, then, bro,
I wouldn't go to Rome.
Mile High Club.
En route, yeah. Fly to Vegas
Mm,
with you. Not Mile High climbing with you on the plane. Though.
Damn it. Why are you bringing me along?
Well, we can high five while we both get in the club and
No
go to
eye
Vegas.
contact.
Spend like 10 hours blowing shit up. Like tanks. All sorts, right? And then you're probably going to have like probably 5 mil plus left. Roll up into one of the casinos, put it all on black. At a stroke of 48 hours, everything you have left on black. Just for the hell of it.
Bro, could you...
How else, if you're going to have a wedge of money left, because it's quite hard to spend money, like, just like that.
Nah, see, how
else, like, if you're like, oh, I got 5 minutes left, and you got 5 mil, what are you doing?
Flash mob. Everybody gets $1,000. Everybody's doing the filler dance. See if you can get a whole country to do a flash mob. That would be epic. That would put you down in history.
Well,
could you imagine that, bro? I got 5 million to blow. Everybody that turns up gets 1,000 friggin' pounds or whatever your currency is or whatever else. Worldwide Mexican wave or flash mob or something. Do you know what I mean? Right?
Oh, wrong flash mob.
Everybody flash ET.
Everyone flash titty.
Yeah. I would do something ridiculous. Like I say, like, just have fun with it and just freaking...
I wonder what the stupidest photo you could possibly take with 10 mil could be.
The stupidest photo.
Yeah, like one you would just look back at and be like, what the bloody hell happened there? Because you could get one hell of a location, right? So that would solve your problem.
I reckon, like, Buckingham Palace with a cone on your head with some toilet
Could do that for
tissue and
free.
all of that. Depends where.
Yeah. You can do that for free.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wonder what the wildest photo you could get out of 10 mil.
I don't know why you would go for a photo.
I want to remember having 10 mil.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Usually I can't buy anything that lasts, but I'm taking a memory from me.
Nah, fair. Right.
Just like a whole bunch of people on different animals doing different things. That being it's just like, oh, that's Dave. I wonder how he spent his 10 mil. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. There's a whole bunch of animals there. And they're all being, oh my God. Why are there people...
Bro.
Saddle up.
Should we just go get into the episode?
I mean, you opened a whole can of worms.
Yeah. I'm trying to close it. Should we wrap this up and go get into the episode?
We opened up a wormhole.
Yeah. Let's close the wormhole and let's go get into the episode.
Boring.
Sorry. Let's do it. What's going on, beautiful people? This is Respective Chasers Podcast. I'm your host, John.
And I'm a chunky bear.
To say the least. And today, what the hell are we talking about?
What day is it, John?
Sunday.
It's a big day takeover, bro. What day it is?
Can't it just be Sunday?
No, bro.
Please?
Big day.
What's big?
Taking over your pod, your house, everything.
Take it.
I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it.
No bags. It's a day takeover. I need to cover all my responsibilities.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I have video evidence, bro. You said you wanted all
You don't have video evidence. That's mine now, bro. I took it over.
Yeah, cool. You have it.
You have no evidence.
I'll copy it.
Post this stuff.
That's fine. Sweet. Right. Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast. Today, my friend, I want to talk about one thing.
What's that?
Music.
Okay. What about music?
Because I think we can have an interesting chat about it. Because music is everyone different.
And
I don't just want to talk about what music people like and stuff like that. But I care more about the feelings and the nostalgia that come back with music. Because that, to me, is what music is all about.
See, the thing is, I've always said, like, about music, it's a lot like people. There's good and bad in all of it. Like, there's some genres or whatever else that you might not like the whole genre, but you could find an artist that you resonate with or this, that, or whatever else. And like you can't dismiss any of it. I'm somebody that will listen to a whole bunch of randomness for
I discovered a
random.
whole new niche of music that I like yesterday.
What's that?
Christmas songs that are remixed into drum and bass tracks. Did not know I needed that in my life. But boy, oh boy, some of them absolutely hit. Walking around the Christmas tree with a filthy bass line. Yeah, bro. Oh.
I've genuinely never.
Absolutely slapped.
Fair enough.
Yeah. White Christmas, but remixed with like a drum and bass line.
It definitely sounds interesting.
It's a good vibe. It's a door rattler on the car. Like, people be like, what's this guy listening to? White Last Christmas.
I mean, I definitely didn't think you'd be going down the Christmas song route with the
I mean, it just
the
feels
music.
very apropos. It's Christmas time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm enjoying a Christmas song myself and that, but yeah, I didn't think about remixing them.
No, last Christmas, I
And
gave you my heart, but this year Christmas gave me a
oh,
filthy bass line.
bro, have they got a Driving Home for Christmas remix?
I didn't see one, but I'm gonna have to find one because that is one of my favorite Christmas songs.
Yes,
But if I heard driving home for Christmas and then they just got slapped with a bass line, I am all over it.
yeah, bro, that song is stuck in my head because of you from like years ago in Securities.
Driving home for Christmas.
So every time I hear that, yeah, I'm haunted by you.
There was a year where that got stuck in my head so bad that every time I was driving home, I started singing it, and it was a problem.
I think that is like, bro, the power of music. Like when you hear a song, it ties back those memories. It brings back, like, bro. There again, I know it might have started as like a kind of Christmas song chat or whatever else, but like when you see the power of music with people with like dementia and things like that, like or Parkinson, is it Parkinson's, and like you can see the change in them once they've listened to it. Like it makes them feel like them again. It makes them kind of like brings them home.
Put it this
in
way:
a
have you
sense.
ever met someone that doesn't like music?
Not doesn't like it. I've heard like
No, someone that just doesn't like music, but just nasty off me.
nah. Everybody tends to have a type, even if it's like somebody that likes classical and they don't like lyrics
If
or
you met someone
whatever.
who said, "Oh, like I don't really like music," you telling me that friendship's going to continue? Because I'm probably going to hit them like a Craig David and walk away from that, bro.
No, I'm definitely gonna be curious as to like why, and do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, bro. I think every culture around the world has some form of music or some form of something. Do you know what I mean? Like, um. But as well, like obviously music resonates with you. Like if you feel a friggin' bass line or like even a catchy beat that makes you
Baseline
want to
track.
like move and I don't know, it carries you. Do you know what I mean? Like there's more to it than just sound.
Yeah. But it's like the one big thing is like, and it's something that people might benefit from if they don't really feel it, but like, but music has been there for pretty much most of the chapters of my life.
Mm.
Whether I've been like really, really happy or really, really down or angry or whatever, there's some kind of track that has carried me through that.
Bro, have you seen? It'll probably be on your Spotify now because it's coming to the end of year. They do like an end of year
Yeah.
review of like
Bro,
matchup.
yeah. They pulled up like 4 different months in the year, and I was like, oh, that was that chapter, was it? Oh, dear.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, no.
All of a sudden you see like your emotions looking like the friggin'
Yeah.
stock market. Like, oh, that's where we had the crash.
Like mine was like around like April times when I went for a breakup. It was just angry. I was like, oh dear. And then come into September, I was feeling a bit more moody. And it literally like, they have the weirdest names for the genre of like what that music was you listened to. And in September, mine was atmospheric death metal. And I was just like, well, that sounds very gloomy. That sounds very gloomy.
Yeah.
Like, and I stood there, I was like, why was it? Oh, that point in time was it? Spitting my feels was like, yeah.
I think everybody will have that kind of like summertime spike where everything gets a little bit more
Everything's fine. Everything's great. And then it's just, oh no.
But yeah, music is definitely powerful. Like sound is powerful. Do you know what I mean? Like without going like too like hippy dippy with it or whatever else. Like
Hippy dippy song.
frequency genuinely like resonates with your soul, and like, if you get into like the harmonizing the heartbeat with the like beat of the music and this, that, and everything else, like there is a whole world in which you can get lost in. Do you know what I
Mm.
mean? Like when you're having like a musical jam session or whatever else, bro. I mean, I hope the mic picked that up so there's some kind of context.
All I gotta say is that is resonate with that.
All I'm gonna say is your boxers likely match your t-shirt now, and they didn't at the beginning of this podcast.
If they match this, I'm going into the hospital. Like, this is plum. Like, if it's plum colored, it's not red wine. It's, oh, no.
Maybe you've had some beetroot lately. I don't know.
Maybe.
Hey, from what you've been eating lately, you could have been exploring whatever, as far as I know.
But mushroom risotto isn't that wild of a thing to try, bro. Get cultured.
And neither's beetroot.
I don't like beetroot. I hate beetroot.
Okay, but you wear it.
Don't wear it, bro. This is plum. Plum.
Yeah, play with my plums.
No thanks, Mr. Gooch Clicker.
You click many things.
Maybe you should get into music.
I wonder if I could carry a tune like that. So,
What was you yeah.
imagine the awkwardness of that. You're standing there, like in a club with somebody, and they're literally just standing arms on the bar, and then you just hear them start to click, and you're just like, where is that coming from? You're like, that's a good beat. You start nodding to it or whatever else. You see their hands are completely free. And you're just like, wait, where's that coming from? And you just see their hips going. You're just like, yo.
Those hips don't lie.
But yeah, I mean, you can click everything. I got clicky shoulders, clicky knees, clicky everything.
If you were to get them all running in the same day, I reckon you could actually make like a little snare line out of it.
How much you think?
Not too slow. You need that one now.
Yeah. Nah, they're not coherent enough to. I mean, I'm terrible at carrying a tune anyway. Even if I had a bucket, I'd be useless. But they're, yeah, it don't kind of take away from enjoying it though.
No.
That's I think the kind of big thing is like they should, like you were saying about no one meeting somebody that doesn't enjoy any music. Like that's nobody comes to mind.
If I met someone that doesn't like music, I'm shaking them off real quick.
Like I said, it's almost like meeting somebody and saying like, yeah, I don't like food. It's like, what? No food. Like you've got.
That would be more logical to me than it would to not like music. And I know that's really weird. But if someone comes to me and says, I don't like food, and I went, you eat though, right? And they went, yeah, but I just see food as energy. I'd get that.
Okay, but no. Say like they're like, no, I literally only have water or whatever else. Because like you can't say that like
you'd be dead.
Yeah, but you can't say that like. So say somebody listens to music but they don't enjoy it.
How can you not?
But that's the thing. Some people don't.
How?
I don't know.
Tell me why.
Tell me why. There's so many. I don't know. I really do think music's one of those things where there's like so much variety. There's got to be something that resonates with somebody. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't.
There's more genres of music than I could even imagine.
And yeah, I really don't think.
And that's just in the Western side of things, bro. Like, think about the rest of the world where there's even more cultures than you could probably comprehend.
Bro, I mean,
sorry, genres, not cultures. And cultures, the more people could comprehend, to be fair.
I'm even trying to think about it from like a historical kind of like narrative and that. Like, there's music dates back way back. Do you know what I mean? Like, from like storytelling and this, that, and everything else. Like, there's like, even like. Like tribes that would make drums to ward off evil spirits and this and everything. Like there's rituals around.
Have you ever heard like tribal music cut in with like dance style or like music or like house music?
No.
You'd like it because it's got like energy of like what you would expect a dance music to have, right? But then there's a chillness to it from like the tribal aspect. That it just kind of hits you.
See, I do like to kind of explore music and listen to different styles of music and that, but I find, especially a lot of what comes out these days, is a lot of gobbledygook, or like in the mainstream sense. No, but like, bro, there is still kind of good music, but again, you have to go deeper than the surface level to find it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, fair enough.
a lot of this, what's in the charts ain't necessarily the best at what's about. It's just what's in the charts. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, I find most of the music in the charts is just rehashed from 80s and 90s anyway.
Especially, well,
Just
these days,
remixes.
yeah.
Or they've got samples from it.
Mm.
Like, it's strange how it works, to be honest with you. Like, man, the music carries so much of my mood. I
Oh
can
yeah, bro.
channel my mood
If
through
you're in a
music.
bad mood and you start putting on some upbeat music and everything else, it can lift you up.
But have you ever, but I can also go the other way. Like, sometimes, like, especially from, like, working out or something, like, if I'm running in a bad mood, I can make that so much worse with music.
Really?
Oh, I can get a lot more angry. A lot more. Like, I can really feel it with music.
In what sense?
There's just a lot of like a lot of songs that I really like that lyrically and tonally, I guess, are a bit more depressing or a bit more angry. So if I'm already annoyed, I can really feel it with music. Like, properly feel it.
I don't know if it would necessarily make me more angry. Maybe more aggressive, but not
Yeah.
like, yeah. But I don't think I've ever really intentionally used music in that sense. Like, even if I'm training and I'm going like hard or whatever, like I'm not angry in that sense. Like, it's more aggression or aggressive, not even aggression, like aggression adjacent. Like, you kind of, like, if you want to feel like powerful and like you can do something, you've got to get that bit gritty. Do you know what I mean? And you can't do that listening to a harmonica and a harp, and do you know what I mean? Like, so there is that kind of like deep bass, or that, like, again, kind of like matching it to your heartbeat. So if you're in an intense workout, or if you are angry or whatever else, you've got an elevated heart rate. So you're going to want something with an elevated beat straight away. So you're going to want something with a bit of pace to it. Do you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I don't know if I'd let it, or it takes my emotions like that. Do you know what I mean? I know it definitely does in a positive sense, but I suppose I'm probably somebody that tries to avoid being angry as much as possible anyway.
I mean, so do I, but we all have those days where
Well, yeah, there's
we
always a
move
time
into
and
the
a place.
negative, but sometimes like that music will just feed it and prolong it.
Mm.
I can very quickly find myself just sitting in a space where I'm just,
What's a bit of music that shocked you the most? Like, where you're like, oh, I like that and I didn't expect to, or something like that. Like, is there something where you're like, oh, this is a bit different?
probably certain kinds of rap music, because it's not normally my forte, especially newer stuff.
Mm.
There's some artists that I would have listened to when I was younger, obviously, but I kind of moved past it. And I'm more of a heavy metal kid, so there is certainly certain rap music that would be like, whoa. There's one you sent me recently, and I was like, oh, okay, that's a bit of me, but I wasn't expecting it. I was just thinking, oh, this is not going to be my style. But that's the thing. I think the older I get, the more eclectic I get with music, and the more that I vibe with most things, because I pay attention to more of it than just the surface level of the song. Like, I actually care for like what the lyrical content is and how the beat drops and changes to match things more
Yeah.
so than just that's a nice song. Like, I'm listening to it and going, or I can feel something's coming. Like, nothing beats the first time you listen to a song when it comes to music, because you don't get that same feeling. You can grow to like it more, but there's nothing that quite hits you when you haven't heard a song and you're just going based on like base logic to pick up the shifts in the song to see if it's going to pick up, if it's going to slow down, if it's going to drop.
I hear what you're
You see what
saying,
I'm
but then
saying?
like I'm thinking about myself. So like, especially a song that you're familiar with or whatever else, it really is kind of like riding that wave. So like, you know when to, like, when the song's gonna hype up, or when like, you know me, I like a bit of bass, I like a drop,
I love bass.
so you kind of look for that, and if you can kind of ride along with that and enjoy it, you only get that when you're kind of familiar with the song. Do you know what I mean? So I get what you're saying when it's just
But
like,
you know that suspense of listening to something for the first time, and you're trying to figure out where it's going, what it is, what it means, how it is. Like, you're desperately just trying to think, like, especially like if you listen to something for the first time and it starts kind of slow and soft, you kind of immediately like, is it going to kick in, or is this like a laid back
but I
song?
think as well,
Yeah.
like, obviously we've spoken off the pod recently about me wanting to get like deeper into music, and again, like, I'm more dialing the clock back than looking at like what's the latest stuff out. Do you know what I mean? Like, But that's simply because, kind of like what you were saying a minute ago, with like, there's a lot of stuff that's kind of repeated in new songs from old songs, and a lot of like recycled material. But also, like, I like to see how things kind of progress over time, and as well, there's so much it's possible these days that you don't know if something is an authentic sound or an artificial sound or this, that, whatever else. So, like, kind of trying to build a palette in that sense, so you can hear what is an authentically good voice and what is editing and this,
Mm.
that, and everything else. Like, again, you've kind of gone to concerts and that and witnessed live music. Live music's completely different from recorded music. And
Mm.
it may be an acquired taste. You might like a band live and not recorded, or vice versa. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's so much with music that it can kind of carry a whole experience opposed to just one kind of one aspect of it. I mean, like, there's so many areas in which you could delve into it from. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could go completely a cappella, you could go completely freaking instrumental, you could mix the two, you could have variations of the two, and everything in between.
Mm.
So, yeah, even going back to like the idea of somebody being like, yeah, I don't like sound, makes no sense.
Mm. No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's still a weird one to me that people can't like music.
But if there is anybody like that that sees this, please comment below, because I'm incredibly intrigued by that. Like,
Seriously, because like I like to think I'm open minded, but my mind just cannot fathom how someone can't like any kind of music in this world.
yeah, I
Think about how many unique tracks there are that have been made up until this point in time.
bro, it's not just
It
that,
must be the
yeah.
most staggering number. You're telling me that there's not one that you like?
Like I say, bro, there's not a sound that you kind of like resonate with or whatever else that, like, bro, no matter what it is, there's a lot that kind of is encompassed by music, and to say that you don't like any of it would be an absolutely baffling thing to me.
Yeah.
But there is definitely a lot in music to explore. But
Mm.
I do think it's one of those things, almost like kind of any discipline or any art, especially. There's no perfecting it. There's no thing. You just broaden your palette over time. Like, you could you could have been a musician for 90 years, and then somebody new is born and they put things together in a way that you never
Mm.
even fathomed before. Do you know what I
Mm.
mean? Like,
Sure.
there's so many ways in which kind of music is used as that medium of expression,
Yeah.
that there's so many ways it can manifest. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, I still can't wrap my head around it myself, that somebody may have no interest in music whatsoever. But hey, I guess there's one out there at least.
I mean, there's probably loads, but like as I said, like when I think about me, man, especially in adult life, like there's so many chapters of my life where music directly relates
Mm,
and has carried me through certain parts, or at least that allowed me to channel my feelings better about things or my emotions.
yeah.
So to not have that, like my head just goes, man, that must be rough. Because then what have you got to channel through?
Well, again, like, even down to like humming and things like that, like, you make sound naturally with your body. I mean, you're sitting there now tapping your knee.
I'm not
Like,
tapping my knee isn't making sound. I'm not tapping my knee.
bro, it's not a dig.
I know it's not big, but how can I tap my knee?
I meant like tapping your leg or whatever.
That. There you go. I'll
Tapping
back
your,
up. Stab tap my knee.
I swear, sometimes you're so pedantic, I could slap you.
That's the clock ticking away for you to finish your point.
No, because if I say it, I'm gonna get demonetized and banned and everything else. Because I'm gonna make that sound of your chin in a minute,
It wouldn't really make that kind of sound. That'd make more like
pushing you from the beard.
it'd be more like a deep snare. Like, yeah.
But yeah, is there any more you want to say on music, considering this is your takeover?
I think it wraps it up pretty nicely.
See for this episode?
Like a little Christmas present. See, first episode is treat music like life. Don't be afraid of trying some new things. Apparently, variety is the spice of life.
Yeah, I think just variety just shows you that there's more possibility. It's easy to get caught up in that cycle of the same. Do you know what I mean? Like thinking this is all that there is. But hey, listen to some gospel, listen to some rock, listen to some reggae, listen to some jazz, listen to some death metal. Like
That's better.
explore, and that you might not like something, but you might find something that resonates with your soul. So explore. Music can be an incredibly powerful thing. Like I said at the beginning of this, I think there's good and bad in all of it. So don't be afraid to explore.
But if you do know any music with a bad man rhythm, put it in the comments so that I can look into it.
Shout them out. All the best, and we'll catch you on the next one.